Shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Recha Kodash. Double honor to the elder apostles of the great millstone, GMS, who rule well, who teach well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. Adawan Ratazah, which means Lord willing. So Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. Oh jeez, oh boy, man. Yeah, we really need to get up out of here, man. Alright? This is an article I've just come across. And it's put up today, 29th of August, 2025, Friday. Alright? It's from the peoplesvoice.tv, and I've screenshotted it, so I'll put the actual news article in the description area underneath. Lord willing, I remember. Okay. And it said, NIH used taxpayers' dollars to create, open quote, transgender monkeys, end quote, for testing, fill in the blank, yabs. You know, it says in Isaiah about woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and this is exactly that. Okay, if any evil thing you could think of, E is behind it, the so-called WHITEMAN, man, everything is suffering under this devil's rulership, man. Taxpayers' dollar to create this. Really, this ain't no laughing matter. All right, and we know that these devils have been testing on animals for decades, man. All right, beauty products, all sorts. Of course, the yabs. All right, the clone, the sheep, Dolly the sheep. Remember that? All right, all sorts of stuff, man. And more is coming out. More and more is being found out, man. Okay, for there's nothing uncovered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known or come abroad. Loosely paraphrasing. So I won't read the whole thing, and there's many scriptures we can bring out. Okay, but I'll just bring out a few. All right. The National Institutes of Health has come under intense fire for using millions in taxpayers' dollars to create, by pumping male macaques with estrogen to feminize them. And these devils, they do that. That's why people are also bugging out, man, because they put all sorts of stuff into the food. All right, people are walking around with parasites in them. All right, okay. People have took all them different crown vaccines, so they got all that up in their system. People driving crazy and just losing it, crashing out. Okay. People are just going wild. All right. The animals don't even know what's going on. So then they're testing their immune responses to vaccines in a bizarre and unethical experiment. Yet to talk about animal cruelty, and these are the biggest criminals behind animal cruelty, man. Hypocrites. That raises profound questions about government-funded science. Gone awry. Alright. So appearing in Cell Reports, a study outlines how researchers administered feminizing hormone therapy, FHT, drug pellets to suppress testosterone and induce female traits in male monkeys. Alright? And Lord knows what they've been all sorts. The Tuskegee experiment, syphilis, they tested on our people. Alright? And there's many hidden things they've done. Alright? Even during, slavery that they've done on our people too. If they can do this to the animals, man, they look at all, the elites, they look at all, these people as cattle, useless eaters and things like that. Okay. And Jake is testing organism to these devils anyway. All right. So it's followed by vaccinations with results compared to placebo groups. This controversial approach, ostensibly to explore sex-based differences in vaccine efficacy, and it sparked outrage over its potential ties to broader agendas in gender experimentation and big pharma profiteering. Yeah, it's for money, greed, wickedness, man. Okay. Earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Job 9:24. So while critics demand accountability for wasting public funds on such grotesque and unnecessary research amid ongoing debates over what safety, waste of money, yeah, time and energy. Okay, look at that. Ugh. So the skin in the E2 treated macaques' hips and thighs also became increasingly reddish and vascularized in a manifestation that resembled sex skin, which is triggered by sex hormones. Oh dear. Researchers ultimately discovered that hormone-treated monkeys had a stronger immune response and higher T-cell activity after receiving an fill in the blank, you know what, Maxine. However, the activated cells are the same ones targeted by the human immunodeficiency virus, suggesting HRT could increase susceptibility to HIV infection. So the disturbing research was funded by the NIH under former director Anthony Fauci. Fauci, man, totaling 22 million. It's the book of Psalm chapter 10, verse 4. This is beyond, this is just diabolical, crazy and mad. He is a mad scientist. Psalm chapter 10, verse 4. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after God. God is not in all his thoughts. Yeah, no God-fearing person does this. No God-fearing man does this. Okay? These devils really think they can play the part of the Most High, man. They have that God complex. Excuse me. Okay? You don't see anyone else pointing these things out, man. You don't hear Volkan Malone. You don't hear Pete from him saying anything about these things. But all his attention and eyes is focused on us. Okay? Like, this didn't come across our minds. Like, it's sick, man. It's sick. These are base men, man. These are children of fools, man. Okay? It's disgusting. Romans chapter 8, verse 22, and it reads, "For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now." Yeah, everything under this, every living organism is in pain right now, is groaning. Okay? The animals that are crying out, man, the plants and trees are crying out. Everything. Okay? Animals going extinct. Endangered species, all sorts. You see? Animals being removed from their habitat. Loss of habitat loss. Rainforest, trees being, deforestation being cutting down. Okay? Being tested. All sorts of things goes on, man. All the litter in the ocean. Animals swallow that, plastic bags. They can't even breathe. Okay? That's disgusting. And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves grown within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body. Okay, and when we're in rulership, man, none of this madness is going to happen, man. Okay? Alright? Everything's going to be, in abundance, alright, in its proper order. Okay? And we're going to be at peace with the beast, the scripture says. Beast will be at peace with thee. Alright? I'm going to set these beasts on ye in the kingdom, man. Alright? Let them get their vengeance, because the animals don't deserve this. Isaiah chapter 45, verse 18. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh that created the heavens, Yahweh himself that formed the earth and made it. He hath established it, he created it not in vain. He formed it to be inhabited. I am Yahweh, and there is none else. Yeah? He created the earth, alright, and us to, inhabit it. Scripture says to be fruitful and multiply. Alright? This devil's all about death. Alright? Torture. All sorts, all sorts of abominable things. You see? Depopulation. Alright? This guy wants he wants to put a sea hip inside you. Ultimately do away with humanity and just have robots doing things. You see? Everything has its place in this world, man. Everything in the ecosystem, marine animals, animals that fly in the sky, animals that, live in forest. Everything has its, its natural order. You see? You need the bees to help pollinate the plants. Also, you get honey from them. You see? All that. Okay? And they do it in the name of science, man. And science means, to know, knowledge. So 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science falsely so called. Yeah? This ain't true science, man. This is pseudoscience. Okay? What's really going to come of this? It's complete wickedness. Alright? Straight up evil. Feminine. Ah, I'm gonna leave it there, man. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying with that. It's just a quick one. I'm gonna close out and say, Kal halal Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, Bashim Rukaku Dash, Muwathla Babal, and Shalom to the elect.